Public perception of age gap relationships typically centers on a transaction. It is viewed as an exchange of wealth and status for youth, framed by the material comforts one partner can provide for the other. Many men entering these dynamics find that status is surprisingly insufficient. You may have the career and the resources, yet still feel a persistent emotional distance. There is a sense of being watched and weighed, even when the external requirements of the relationship are met. This distance stems from a specific uncertainty regarding the experience gap. She is observing whether your years of life have built a protective foundation she can lean on, or if that seniority will eventually be used to diminish her. To find the answer, she evaluates your behavior over a 5-year horizon. This specific time frame is necessary because while a man can project a curated, charming version of himself for 6 months or a year, it takes much longer for the initial intensity to fade and reveal his true baseline character. Her focus shifts away from what you possess, moving instead toward how you operate when life becomes uncomfortable. This assessment remains invisible during the honeymoon phase. It only truly activates once the relationship settles into a daily rhythm and the first signs of external pressure appear. She begins by watching your response to acute stress. When a professional setback occurs or financial friction arises, she monitors your composure. If you remain grounded during these spikes of pressure, she feels a sense of safety. If you lose control, that sense of security vanishes. The next observation involves your emotional availability. Men often feel a reflexive impulse to fix a partner's problems immediately, but this diagram shows the necessary shift in perspective. She is looking for the capacity to listen and comprehend her perspective without the need to manage or dismiss the emotion. Trust is built when she realizes she has an emotional anchor who stays present through turbulence, rather than just a mechanic who tries to repair her feelings. Once the internal connection is tested, her focus expands. She begins to weigh your character against the outside world and your long-term trajectory. This involves watching how you navigate external validation. She notices your reaction when you receive attention or interest from other women. Maintaining self-control and clear boundaries in these moments serves as evidence of emotional strength. It proves that your ego is not dependent on constant outside approval. She then looks towards your sense of purpose. Existing status is static. She wants to see if you are still moving forward with intent. If your future feels uncertain or aimless, she will naturally hold back. The most difficult metric is consistency. This graph shows how early charm spikes, then fades. She looks for the line that holds steady. The 5-year test determines if your dependability is a temporary tool or a permanent part of your identity. A man's value in this dynamic is defined by his baseline reliability. Performance matters far less than the ability to remain the same person through years of routine. These behavioral observations are not random. They are rooted in a deeper psychological process that governs how two different lives attempt to merge. Carl Jung proposed that the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If a reaction occurs, both are transformed. This testing phase is the catalyst for that transformation. It is a rigorous search for a partner who is capable of evolving alongside her rather than remaining fixed in his ways. Younger women in these relationships are often moving toward a life defined by quiet predictability and emotional rest. Understanding this allows a man to stop chasing approval through superficial markers. The goal is to embody the stability that makes the testing unnecessary. When a man provides a consistent baseline of composure and presence, the need for evaluation ends. Stability becomes the trait that allows the relationship to actually begin.